And good evening, everybody. This is Michael Filigaro. I am with LogicalSignals.com and also TradersHelpingTraders.com. And this is the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Monday, September 20th, 2021. Picture perfect day, directly in line or in alignment with yesterday's analysis. We did have a continuation of the third wave, and it did accelerate more than once. And the one little surprising factor was that it was not wave 3 of 3 that subdivided. It was wave 5 of that third wave that subdivided and extended, and which was fine. Wave 3 is not the shortest wave, and it all fit. But wave 5 was the extended wave. I was expecting it to be in a 3 of 3 type of a move, and which it did. It did kind of extend a little bit, but it was the 5th wave and the 3rd wave within wave 5 that extended into its own 5. So we still had that 3 of 3 type move. It just came in wave 5 instead of wave 3. And so no rules were broken, guidelines were followed. And so I have labeled, although we can't really see it because it's all the way down here, today's low at 14,807.50 as the completion point for minor wave 3. So off of that level, we did a beautiful rally in the last half hour, basically almost the last hour, but most of it took place in the last half hour. The market rallied over 100 points. And in fact, it actually rallied 200 because the high was 15,014. And that started at 15,807. So beautiful rally and very good finish to a major decline. And in all honesty, just as a trading tool, this type of a blast is you just buy it and you load up because the buyers have been waiting all day for that. And so when it finally came, they piled on, and it was buy program after buy program after buy program after buy program, and it just pushed it all the way up over 100 points before it settled back down. Now we're about ready to open in Globex. Right now indicated that the market is going to, if someone wants to bid 15,016 against a much lower, but hey, it's the NASDAQ. So we may see a very quick opening, come on, take it up to here, up to towards where it closed. Now, what I'm looking for here, that the 4th wave is going to be consisting of 3 waves. So it's going to be an ABC structure, up, down, up structure. Now, if that's all we're going to get in the down part, it's going to be very, very shallow, but we may have to accept it. In fact, I'll just go down to the 15-minute chart, and we'll take a look at what happens inside there. Let me open that up a little bit. Too much. All right. But even on that little wave, it doesn't look totally complete. So we're opening up at 03, pushing a little higher, but we're going to see what they want to do. Okay, it's going to do the same thing. So looks like we do need to come back down. And I would think that we basically will do about a 50% retracement of this entire move. If we're just doing it here, we're probably only going to go down to 958, 959. And then again, put in about 100-point C wave. And that would then complete this little 4th wave bounce. And then we get one more decline. Now that decline should not resemble this one by any means. It's a 5th wave. And again, since we got the extension here, I would not necessarily be looking for an extension within that 5th wave, but from wherever it starts, So it would start when wave 4 is complete. So wave 4 may get up to 15,084, which is going to be a 38% retracement of the wave 3. It could go up to 15,001. What is that? 170. And that would be a 50% retracement, but that should be about the max. Now, as we know, the NASDAQ has this tendency to really just go nuts on these fourth wave corrections, particularly when they're a bounce. The whole world is thinking like, that was it, we're back on, we're going to rally, and then suddenly it stops and we just decline. So that's why I'm going to include these upper levels. Right now, though, the 20-day moving average is sitting right at 15,083, and that coincides with that 0.382 level. So that's kind of where I would be looking for this fourth wave to kind of come in. And again, A, you get a B, maybe it comes back down to 937 to 955, and then blasts once again. I've been looking all C waves. Remember under Elliott, all C waves consist of 5 waves. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 2 corrects wave 1. Wave 4 corrects wave 3. And then out of 1, 3, or 5, we should get an extended wave. One of them should extend. Most likely it will be 3. So once that is complete, then I will be able to add one more extension, and that will be from the top of where wave 3 began to the bottom of wave 3 to the top of where wave 4 crests and begins to turn lower again. And then that's going to give us our levels for wave 5. Now, most common in the relationships on a Fibonacci basis between wave 5 and wave 3 is that wave 5 will be 0.618 times the length of wave 3. And I mean, we can put in, which I'll do right now. This is just a guesstimate, okay? Simply a guesstimate. And what is this? And then I'm going to go, oh, let's take it up to here. Let's just say that this is where it ends. So open this up a little bit. You can see, there you go. Again, as a guesstimate, and that is saying that wave 4 will come up to this 382 level. So obviously, wherever it does end up topping out and turning lower again is where I would then redo that Fibonacci extension. But right now, as the guesstimate, here's kind of what we're looking for. It is putting in a new low below wave 3, and that is one of the requirements of the fifth wave. Can end in a failure, but I'm not necessarily looking for it right now. We did see a lot of damage. I don't believe that the market is now just going to totally shrug off the reasons that we sold off today and just resume the buying. But again, stranger things have happened. So again, we're going to be looking very closely at the structure and then at the turn and seeing what kind of structure we get put in after that. So that's what my focus will continue to be. But in terms of trading, as a day trader, we continue to trade what's in front of us. And that will be following what the price action and the moving averages are telling us. And after this, on the hourly chart, very bullish candle. So it does not surprise me to see people coming back in. They are already anticipating. Obviously, they're fulfilling their own orders to see what they've got to do something to either get flat or just add to a position or whatever, position adjustment. But the basis would be you get a huge engulfing bar like that on an hourly chart. You're going to expect follow through. But normally we look for about a 50% retracement back, and that puts it right there, actually. That's about a 50% retracement of that whole move. This move, it was basically 200 points. I'm going to look for 100 points down. And that's actually even a bit lower. So possibly 14,937. Yeah, it's about 40%, let's say. So, but that's still a good level. And then that is where I would be looking to buy it. Now, again, if it doesn't, comes down a little bit, goes back up and starts to break above this level, then I likely would take a shot. Again, this is an hourly chart. So we would be looking for something like this on the lower timeframes that I use, the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 5 minute. Those are going to be much more clean. But on an hourly, it's a bullish candle, hands down, no matter what. Now, also, what I want to add to today analysis is that out on the daily candle, I want to show you the power of these moving averages and what happens. So yesterday we had broken the 20 and closed below it. That indicated initial weakness. Today we rallied up a little bit in Globex, but then started to fall. And then when we broke the 50-day moving average on the daily, it was a stronger signal and we started to accelerate further. We had several rounds of acceleration as the market went all the way down to there. And then, of course, the buying began, so that to come back. And I think that that's where it tries to get back to. On a daily basis, you would expect that it's going to try to get back to that 50. If you can retake the 50, then they're really shifting it back around to the weakness being taken care of. I don't necessarily see that right now. I see that we have a little bit of a bounce, and then we should have an additional decline to complete on a minor degree level the first 5 waves down. Now, whether that's going to be labeled as intermediate wave 1 or intermediate wave A, that's out there. We'll deal with it once it occurs. But I am still would be looking for, no matter where this ends, a 5th wave down to take out that low, put in a new low. And again, once that occurs, then I would be in a much better position to begin to add to those. So let's do that extension. And I'm going to get rid of this because I want to add one additional so that we have some additional possibilities for the downside. I'm going to remove that one. I'm going to bring this back to the 4-hour chart so we can see some of what is happening now. Let me just open this up from here. It was such a classic, beautiful 3rd wave. If you remember yesterday, I talked about the point of recognition. And during that point of recognition, that is where the market, the participants begin to realize, oh, we are having a significant trend change. And in this case, the trend change was from up to down, from bullish to bearish. And once that occurred, it started to accelerate. Once that recognition is made, it just forces a lot more hands to come in and a lot more selling to take place. Now, the bounce off of that is also pretty normal for the intensity of the decline. You have a lot of position traders, swing traders, day traders, all coming into participating. Like I said before, they waited all day for it. Every time this thing would bottom, they would jump and try to rally it back up, and it failed. They try again and it failed. And they try again and it failed. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of our day were spent sailing south and with intensity. So buyers were squashed. So when it finally did begin, and the baskets came in size, everybody jumped. Everybody came in. And to be honest with you, trading it in that last half hour, it was easy to make an additional $1,000. It truly was. And that's my point. These types of moves, when you can just step in without having to think, oh my God, we're rallying and we're not going to go down. Who cares? We're day traders, or you're a swing trader, or whatever you're doing. It's time to participate in what's happening in front of us. Now, you do it with caution, because with the intensity of the decline that we saw earlier, when it starts to rally, I've always got my eye back out there looking to try to determine, oh, those sellers are going to come back. Those sellers are going to come back. And even at the points where normally a larger player comes in to take care of what they need to take care of at the end of the day. And I thought with all of the deep selling that we saw today, the hard selling that we saw today, that they would likely come in because I believe it's a fund manager. And they would come in as a seller because that's when they have their redemptions. So people, they will sell, I'm getting out now. And then the new money, people coming in, putting money in. And they did not come in as a seller, they came in as a buyer. So that was the big surprise for me today. And it was right at the end of the day. But I was glad because I chose not to trade it. But from that point, the market rallied another $50, $60 from that point. So if you're willing to trade and you're willing to trade all the way through the end of the day, there are opportunities on days like today, big opportunities. And again, it has to do with reading the price action, reading the candles. And on the lower time frames that I use, they become much easier. Again, here's that incredible rally. That's on a 1 minute chart. And just like, yeah, there was selling, but it was every last one was a buying opportunity until the very, very end. When we sold off right after the bell, and then they just are buying it back again. So all of these charts. And right now, you can see on the 1 minute how it swings all of the moving averages up. On the 2 minute, how it begins to swing the moving averages back up. But that 5 minute, of course, is a bigger boat. It's going to take a little bit longer to get it going. But it has. Look at the 50, look at the 20. And there's the 4 and the 8. So the last holdout, of course, is the 200-day. And to be honest with you, that's kind of where I'm thinking it's going to go to complete wave 4. So we'll see. We will see. But continue. Look at these fabulous 5 minute bars. Up, 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 up. And you kind of notice when I put in this kind of like a doji. Like that bottom was up there, but see, this is the one that kind of went, okay, we'll follow through 2 ticks and then bam. Now, mind you, that was the bell. So how much you want to trade after the market is, for all intents and purposes, closed, I don't know. I was done before that. But in any case, we follow what the price action is telling us. We follow what these bars are really. Look at the size of these bars. They were beautiful. When you get this blast, when you got that little pullback, it was like get in and get in. And so in any case, it was a great day. And it was type of a day that if you got caught in something and you didn't honor a stop and you took a hit, you just kind of picked it up, got back into the groove, and you were able to make substantial back. And I'm going to say this example, I put in myself today. I got stuck in a trade and I was looking for it to go up and it didn't. Actually, really much earlier than all of this. And the market just kept to go down and I did not even honor my own methodology for stopping a trade. And so it cost me. And I was up very nicely on the day and then suddenly I just put myself down. So I just kind of got it together and I stepped back and I thought, okay, this is not impossible. And I just made it back. And my goal on most days is to make $1,000. So I was up, I think, 850 when that trade took place, and that put me down, I think, 400. So I had dropped about 1,200, and I still turned it around and ended the day up over $1,000. So that's what I'm talking about. When you get days like today, it is, you just keep trading, honor your stop levels, honor your methodology for that stop. Don't let a trade go. There's too much trading. So by me letting it go, I missed say I got out after one bar and it was telling me no, you take your hit and it would have been minimal. And then you turn around and realize, oh, we are going to go down. And you play along, you get into the market and you trade as it goes lower. And then you wait for your next signals. And say again here, big down bar, then 5 minute, but that's okay. That's the example I'm going to use. Here was the entry, you played it, and then as soon as it kind of got to this next bar turn green, you were out. But then it goes up. Now this is the failure stuff that I'm talking about. And as soon as it failed and it came back down and that bar started red and it broke right there, you shorted it again. So you're shorting it at 873, let's say. Look how far it went down. It went down to 36, 40. That's 40 NASDAQ dollars at $20 per point. On a one lot, it's an $800 trade. I would like to do those every day, all day, right? So then it got a little funky, but then we ran down to the low and then the next came. So you can see at 12:20 my time, which is 3:20 in back east. And so in 50 minutes, they ran it over 100 points. Beautiful trading. More on that. I do it every day in the trade room, folks. So we try to really lay out these trades for people. And if this is something that you might have an interest in, that you want to find out more about how we're trading and how we're doing, please take advantage of the promo that I'm continuing to run through the month of September. And very low cost to come in and try us out for a month and see if it's something that is going to work for you or not work for you. In any case, check it out. I'm always open to answer questions. You can email me and or leave me a comment on YouTube, and I'll pick it up from there. Again, thanks for listening to me today. Good luck trading tomorrow, and the next update will be on Tuesday the 21st.